Oh, you got my chair.
Oh, yeah. We're sure that.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
All right, I'd like to call the Beaver County Board of Commissioners work session for Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. We have review of work session discussion meeting minutes.
Yep.
All right. Department head report. Any department head report? None? Oh, sorry.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, because Dan was not here, but Dan and his guys did move the first amount of boxes up.
Thank you.
So I sent an email to all the department heads. If we can give them any pressure to expedite it for DPW to be able to do this in a timely manner, we need information from them so that we can project how much room they need and lay it out so that they can start in late November, December moving stuff. So
Were they the first load from here or first load from the mines? I'm
first
sorry.
load from here.
Okay, was it yours?
It was ours.
She was first in line. Yeah, always let the commission control.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
gives a good idea of what the numbers mean, and we can now project better where it's gonna be, but we need the departments to get back to us. because, like, the monetary has 7,000 at the mines, and they have like hundreds here. So we don't know how many they produce a year, so to be able to find a space for them, we need this information from every department, like how many boxes you do a year, and how much you have here in the building, we already know how much you have at the mines. And I would like that by the end of November from every department, or we can't keep,
Yeah, I believe the plan is, treasurer's office, the controller's office was sort of a test run. And now they're gonna be moving up stuff from the election. Once they get done with the election stuff, they would like to come back. And again, they're looking at offices here in the courthouse who have boxes and stuff that need to be, that otherwise would have gone to the mines, that they're gonna move up. So the goal is to sort of do all that first and then start tackling the mines. But that
we
is,
just need to know so we can give them the space they're gonna be in.
right.
So,
And what we don't know about the mines is how many can be destroyed
Yes.
versus having.
so you're really need to know how many we have here first.
How many here and how many they produce a year, those are the only two things I need from them. And then we can place them at the new facility so that DPW doesn't have to move stuff. Like, I'm afraid that if they just start moving, they're gonna realize, oh, I don't want them there, because we need, so we're
Yeah.
trying to like map it out first.
Okay.
really, to save them on their efforts.
Perfect. Thank you,
But
Controller.
then-
Any other department head report? Director Brewer?
Yeah, I sent this to you, but you saw, I'm sure you saw it, the news about the big Beaver letter. I just wanted to reiterate that we've got calls about this, the county should do. I have no say-so over that, county commissioners don't have any say-so over governing a municipality or making sure who responds or dictating police, fire, or anything for that municipality. So I'll be happy to take your calls, but the county government has no say-so over municipality.
But isn't it the municipality's responsibility for fire service?
Right.
Whether they have a volunteer fire department or not, it's their responsibility.
Yeah, they name it. So I'm sure they're concerned, I'm sure they'll get it worked out, but I have no say-so.
I think it just reinforces the regionalization efforts that are taking place. I think there was one that included them at one time that fell apart. I don't know what the solutions are, but they've got to come up with something, obviously.
Thank you, Eric. Any other department head report? Hearing none, we'll move to the solicitors.
Updating the elections yesterday, thank you goes out to all, employees throughout the county, not just obviously the election department, but for those who don't realize, there's a lot of county employees throughout the county who assist in some form or fashion in overseeing the elections. So we had a smooth one yesterday. Spoke with Colin this morning. He's going to start working through some of the write-in and provisional ballots that are out there, because there are some races that would be determined based on the provisional ballots and or the write-ins that are coming in. So his goal is to start working through those as we speak. But overall, everything went smooth. So thanks to everyone who helped oversee that process. Then the other issue that I have is a personnel matter for executive session.
Thank you. Any questions for the solicitor's office? All right, Board of Commissioners?
I have nothing today.
Just one, the Chamber of Business of the Year awards are this evening. Just like to congratulate all these folks that are being honored. They really add to the quality of life and the economy here in Beaver County. Vistra, I'm just going to read who the winners are, not all the categories, but Vistra, 3Chord, True Wealth Management, Duquesne Light, lawyer Lisa Henry, the Center at Midland, Mark and Nathan Kopsak are getting the Citizen of the Year because you can't pick one, you got to pick both with the Kopsak. Renee Cosman, Inspired Hearts and Hands, and Brian Wright is the Entrepreneur of the Year. So great people living here and doing some good work here in Beaver County. So
I have a question about that. Who is Brian Wright and what is his business?
Brian Wright is, he owned Wright Traffic Control, although they just sold that business. He has a contracting business, also the Wright Promise, a philanthropic group that they have, a foundation that they have that gives out grants and stuff. The Wright family has been involved in North Swickley and Chippewa in a lot of different capacities with construction and I don't know, I can't even list all of the different things he's been involved with, but.
All right. Any other business? We'll move to audience participation. Any audience participation? Go ahead. Just state your name, please.
Susan Footerich, Center Township. I watched the recording last week with Sheriff Guy requesting your endorsement of his ideas to partner with ICE and enter into the 287G agreement. And then I sent you an email after that expressing my disagreement with that. I just was wondering, are you thinking of calling a vote on that anytime soon?
So we have not met as a board regarding the 287G agreement yet. I would like to meet with the sheriff. Me personally, I think I'll probably meet, we'll all probably meet separately if we have any questions, so we don't have a quorum. But meet with the sheriff to get some more information on what he plans on doing and not doing with. I know he was very detailed, but this time hasn't been any decision to put it up for a vote.
Okay, because I actually went to the ICE website and I was trying to look at the 3 different levels that you could enter into. And because of the federal shutdown, they actually don't have that available where I could download it as a citizen to see. So I did go read the Bucks County litigation that was ongoing, and I will note that, he doesn't actually need your approval to enter into this. But I did also note that Sheriff Herring was defeated last night in his reelection bid, but that's neither here nor there, only just to say that that is a very unpopular idea, and it was my position that he was defeated because of those views. So my question is, I guess I would like to know more about what level of involvement Sheriff Guy would be, or I would hope that you would say that if you were going to bring this to a vote. And then also, is Sheriff Guy already in this agreement since he doesn't need your approval?
Yeah, he signed it, and based off of that court decision, yeah, he doesn't technically need the commissioner's approval. His explanation is what they would be doing with that is, as he mentioned last week, his officers will review anyone who comes into the jail because they're arrested for an incident. They would have access to a database that would allow them to go on ICE's website and verify if in fact ICE has a warrant out for the particular individual who has been brought to the Beaver County Jail.
Right, and so the 2 reasons that Sheriff Guy gave, which you got in my email, and I actually copied you on that solicitor notice, I don't know if you read it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so I wonder if you have any comments to that, because none of you actually answered my email. What are your thoughts on that? So number 1, Sheriff Guy said that this will enhance cooperation and his camaraderie, I guess, with federal agencies, because he's actually been involved with federal, state, and local law enforcement throughout his career. But I brought up the fact that ICE is an administrative thing. That goes through administrative courts, immigration courts. That is not law enforcement with criminal and civil matters.
See, those questions are probably better directed to Sheriff Guy, because based on the court thing, he's the one who has the ability to enter into this contract, not the three members who are sitting up here.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just telling you what Sheriff Guy said is his reason. So that was the first one, which I don't think is relevant to what he does as law enforcement in the county. And number two, he said that this will make Beaver County safer. I fail to see how that's the case. He brought up these horrific crimes that have been committed, and he singled out illegal aliens or illegal immigrants that are here that did that. There are plenty of other heinous crimes that have been committed by citizens. I didn't see him going back and talking about that. If they're already in custody, they've already come into the country. He is not preventing new people to come in. So if he's so upset about immigrants that are undocumented, which I can understand why he would be, and other people are, maybe he should get a job with Customs Enforcement instead of being a Beaver County Sheriff. He mentioned that he has a great relationship with you, and I think that's great and wonderful. I don't think if you disagree with him on this, that would break his great relationship with you. It doesn't have to. But I strongly disagree that this would make Beaver County unsafer, because these people are already in custody for some criminal or civil infraction, and they will be adjudicated in our court system. So my question to the four of you is, what is your reaction to my email?
So as Solicitor Fidel said, those questions are geared towards the sheriff and his decision. But there are things that I personally agree and disagree with the sheriff on when it comes to the 287G. But there are other, whether this comes to a vote or not, there are positives and negatives to that agreement. For instance, do you not believe that if a person comes into our courts, our jail system, and they do have a warrant out and they are illegal, if we run through the system, should they be in our system or should they go to the federal system?
They should be in our system, because we are not in immigration enforcement in this county. This is law enforcement.
But there's no different. It's no different than if we run a person's individual's name and they have a warrant in Ohio, correct?
That is different. That's law enforcement. There's a warrant out for them in the law capacity, in the criminal and civil jurisdiction. So I see a definite difference.
Okay.
So, and I understand you are not allowing him to do this. He can do it irrespective of you. But I would say that if he wants to keep your good in your good graces, or keep on this great relationship with you, he can do that irrespective of whether you endorse him or not. But I will say that my judgment of Sheriff Guy will definitely be diminished if he continues on this, and I do plan to meet with him, or at least reach out to him and see if he'll speak with me. Again, my question to you four is not whether this is legal or whether he can do it. What is your opinion on whether you want to endorse it? And are you gonna answer me?
Well, I made it pretty clear last week that I believe that he made a lot of valid points, and I just said one to you. I think that if an individual comes into our jail who is not a legal immigrant, we should not have to house them, and we should not have to pay for them to be there. If they go onto a medical leave, we had an incident yesterday, somebody just fell down the steps and busted their head. They're in the hospital. Now, we are paying our deputies overtime to go to the hospital to cover them. If there is a way to get people out of our jail into a different system, I am for that, because this costs our taxpayers money.
This is not a question of money, this is a question of principle.
I answered your question, ma'am. So you've been up for 3 minutes. Do you have any further questions for the board?
No, I don't.
Thank you. Any other audience participation? Yes, sir.
Jim Del Monte. I have two things.
Yes, sir.
One is festivals here. I'm going back to the Boom Festival. To me, it just seemed like a drum fest.
Okay.
I want to recommend that if somebody contacts Prescott, Arizona, they have a festival called Doctoberfest. It was a lot of people came. It was really nice. I didn't go this year, I was there before. But they have people get their licenses, which brings money in. They have vets donating time. It was just all for dogs, and there's a lot of dog people here, you know. If you could use like Brady's Run, I don't know, you know, it's a county thing. But that might be a good thing to look into. It's Prescott, Arizona.
Okay.
The other thing is, I have 2 lots in Center Township. I just came from your planning commission and recorder of deeds, and they cannot locate a right-of-way in the county Penn State. I don't know what to do now. There's no ownership. I was told by Mr. Sisk that Penn State owns it. Contacted their legal department. They said, we don't own it. Mr. Sisk doesn't get back to me. And I don't know. They say they don't own it. So who owns it?
But Penn State can own it, and there can be a right of way through it.
It doesn't even go to their property.
Oh, well, yeah, you said Penn State.
Well, that's something that would have to be researched in the deeds, in documents that would be filed with the recorder of deeds office most
I went
likely.
there. They couldn't find it.
Okay, but
I don't think
that's not their, all they do is have the documents. It would be up for someone to search through those documents in order to find it. They don't do that over there.
So what do you guys recommend?
Probably have to hire a title searcher in order to go
Okay.
through the documents in order to find
Okay,
this particular easement.
yeah, because it goes down to that pumping station and it's not even listed on your map who owns it. It's blank. It's ridiculous. I mean, this is a county. I figured you come to the county would know every piece of property they own.
Yeah, I don't know,
Okay.
obviously.
Is this an easement going to your property or through your property? I'm sorry.
I was told by Mr. Sisk that it is a right of way, or a paper road, I'm sorry, paper road. One's a paper road and one's a right of way. The paper road makes me sit back 40 feet from it.
Whenever you say Mr. Sis, you're talking about Center Township,
Yes,
correct?
yes. He's
He's the guy in
supervisor.
charge of that. And, if it's 40 feet setback, 10 foot on the other side, I don't have enough room to build anything. So if I can't figure out that I can use it, it's going into your repository, which you guys lose money at.
Yeah, that's something that would have to be, again, you'd have to sort of search through the deeds and see what's there. And then that ultimately becomes an issue with the township or the authority or whoever owns that property who has the right of way and yourself.
You have to
Well,
pumping
I'm gonna
station might be
contact
this
you. I want to
Right,
know that Penn State doesn't own it. And, the other goes down to the pump house there on 18, whatever it is. And, I just thought I'd come to the courthouse and it would be easy. They'd find it on the map and see who owns it. But that's not the case. And then I thought the county would know of every piece of property that they own or who owns it.
Easements generally aren't shown on a tax map.
They're not.
They're generally not shown on a tax map.
So I guess now I get advice to get a title searcher, right? Okay.
An easement would be on somebody's.
Survey, or, yeah, within-
I got one on my,
Yeah.
my plot, that's comes through my property.
Right, but it's not gonna be on the tax map.
Right.
Well, most of us all have easements in some form or fashion on our property, a lot of time for utilities.
Exactly.
Any other audience participation? Executive session, any reason to reconvene?
None.
All right, we'll move into executive session. Thank you. Yeah.
I have